Can you guys hear me now? I had my had my microphone muted. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Oh, that's crazy. Hopefully so. Let's see. It's still no sound. Let's see. Let's see if anybody can hear me now. Hopefully so. You guys can hear me now? Okay. I'm really sorry about that. So, wow. Okay. So that was crazy. So I apologize for that. What a great way to start the show, right? So basically, what I had said at the beginning, all that yammering I was doing on mute, is that it's Saturday night. I've been editing all day and trying to create some videos for you guys. And I thought I would just take a break here and kind of randomly go live on a Batterday Night Live. And we've done a couple of these in the past. And I just thought it'd be fun to interact with the audience tonight, answer some of your questions, and just have kind of a fun show tonight. Nothing scheduled, nothing planned. Just kind of wanted to interact with all of you guys. So I'm sorry again about the muted microphone. I had it on my blinking light here, so I do apologize very much for that. Looks like we have a guest here popping on. Boom, there it is.
How's it going?
Doing okay. How about yourself?
Good. We're on vacation, so I'm not in the sanctuary.
Nice. Where are you at?
We're in Yucca Valley, California. It's right by Joshua Tree National Park.
That is awesome. Have you been there for a while then?
We have a house out here, so we come out maybe one weekend a month, and we're actually going to be out here the whole week. So we just got here about 4 or 5 hours ago.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you see the beginning of the show?
I heard that there was no audio, so I texted you really quick to let you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had my microphone on mute, so that's great. Well, the first 2 minutes is just me, saying nothing basically. But as I was explaining to everybody, I just thought I've been editing all day. I thought it'd be fun just to kind of pop on and chat with the chat. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, we just finished eating pizza, so we're having a relaxing evening. I thought I'd join you.
Well, I appreciate that. Let me say hello to some people that are here. We've got Tin Man, obviously said I was muted. Bad Man said I was muted. Hello, no sound. Yep, Sebastian said no sound. And then everybody starts saying I'm good to go. So we also have Anti-Hero here. Sebastian Gomez 3D. Anthony Dyke. Bat Beast. I love that name. Dan Blasters here. We've got Salman Abbas. Hopefully I said that right. Lucas Gomez, loud and clear. Glad you guys can hear us. That's great. Let's see. Tin Man just says, I got my EX Scarecrow. It's badass. That's awesome.
Nice. Very cool.
It's been real interesting in our little Rogues Gallery group how everybody's just kind of slowly buying all of these.
Yeah, you're a bad influence, man.
I know, but it's funny. It's funny how it's just kind of slowly trickled in. But all it took was like a couple of good pieces, like Scarecrow. Like, oh, now I have Scarecrow. Well, now I need Mr. Freeze, or now I need this one.
Yeah.
It's been pretty awesome.
And we're not that far off from Harley.
I know. Do you think she'll release before Christmas?
I think so. I hope so. Yeah.
It's like we've seen the production photos of Robin, so I would assume that he will ship next 2 weeks, don't you think?
I would think so. Yeah, and I'm tempted by that one. I can't decide.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's one that I want to review for the channel, but also it's one I don't know if I would keep long term.
Right. And my problem is that I have Batman. I have the Bat Chaps Batman, and but I have him for my Justice League display. And
yeah,
now I'm buying all these rogues. It's like, what do? I can't put them all in the Justice League display. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you could buy that. You could buy that Batman with the long cape.
Oh, the new one. Yeah. I'm not crazy about that one. The long cape doesn't even bother me that much, but I find the portrait really simple and not very interesting.
It's very, very lacking.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the statue itself I really like.
Yeah.
Which is too bad.
Yeah, it really is.
It kind of reminds me. It reminds me a little bit of that. The Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Premium format they did.
Well, I thought that was like 1/5 scale, I think.
Oh, it was a little smaller, wasn't it?
Yeah, their die was going to be 1/5.
But you know, I feel like it had a similar face where it had a good pose and a good base, but the face there was just nothing on the chin. Like it was just boring to me. And I feel like that's the same way with the new premium format.
Yeah, I mean, I like that it's kind of Kelly Jones inspired. I'm a big fan of Kelly Jones art.
Me too.
It just needs more detail, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. J-Rod's here. No statues yet for me, but very tempted to get Catwoman from Batman Returns. I bought that day one. Did you buy that one?
I did. And you guys, you probably heard there was a little snafu with the company that's doing the payment plan for Tweeterhead. Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
I jumped on to the Tweeterhead website a few days ago, and it showed my order is canceled.
Oh.
And I thought, what's that all about? And I wasn't too disappointed because I knew that I could still get it from Sideshow. But then the very next day, an email came out from Chad saying that there'd been a mix-up, that all the orders are in place and will be corrected. So, guys, if you jump on Tweeterhead's site and it says cancel, don't worry about it. Your order's still safe.
Oh my gosh! See, I paid in full.
Okay.
And that I think that's the first time I've ever purchased directly from Tweeterhead.
Okay.
But I didn't get an email or anything, so hopefully mine was okay.
Yeah, I think if you paid in full, you're okay. It's just they're using a different company to process payments if you flexed it. So something went on with that company. I don't know what it was, but and there was another piece too. I'm not sure which one that had the same problem where it showed as canceled. But all the orders are good. They're all safe.
Okay, good. Well, I am incredibly excited about that one. I'm sure you are too.
I really am. I mean, it's going to be a year to wait, but I think it's going to be worth it for sure.
You saw how they put originally like 2022?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what the hell? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Tweeterhead. And Chad's like, no, 21. That's pretty great.
Yeah, for sure.
Slim Boss is here. He says, hello, guys. Chris, you're in for a treat with the Bermejo Joker. Oh, my good Lord. So I got that statue yesterday, and I was really hoping Dan Dufault, who's on Rogues Gallery, for those of you that watched that show, he was going to get his also, and we were really hoping that it would both be on a Friday. He gets his Tuesday, so I have to wait until Tuesday to open up the box.
You're not going to peek?
I don't know. I did take it out of the brown shipper today, so I at least because I'm trying to clean up the bat cave, and it's kind of a funny story. So like right above the New 52 Batman, basically there's a hatch. There's a hatch that goes up to our spa tub, and my wife was in there the other night, and it started leaking down into the bat cave.
Oh no!
Onto the white shelves. And so we have a plumber coming out this week, and my wife said, you got to clear a path to get in. So I'm going to have to move some things. I can only imagine what a plumber is going to do when they come into this room. Like, what the hell have I walked into?
Yeah, we had a guy out, I think it was to fix our TV a couple of years ago, and he backed into a statue and knocked it over and broke it.
Oh.
And so AT&T paid for that statue.
Oh my God.
He was really apologetic. He felt really bad.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, but oh well.
Oh my God. So long story short, yes, we're going to do a live double unboxing of the Lee Bermejo Joker on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, as hopefully as long as Dan gets his in time. So stay tuned to that. So that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome.
I'm a bit jealous. It looks great.
It does look great. It's just one of my most anticipated pieces. And I'm anxious to see how he pairs up with Noel. I almost sold Noel. There was a collector that wanted him and just asked me every day to sell it, and then he backed off. But I'm kind of glad I still have him because I think they'll look pretty darn good together. I wonder if that collector has the Bermejo Joker coming. I don't know. He was trying to get some older pieces. Okay. There was a number, and he was mostly asking me about Batman, just Batman statues. Right. And he really, really wanted the Noel exclusive. But are they tough to find? I think the exclusive is. I think you can still find. I don't know. I don't see him up for sale on the buy sell trade very much. Okay.
what is the exclusive? Is it like a grading portrait or something?
It's that super rage face.
Rage face. Okay.
Yeah. It comes with two portraits, like a kind of just a stern face, and then kind of a angry face, and then it's called the Berserker head sculpt, and he's got like rips of tears in his skin, and it just looks dark and evil, which is great. My problem is with that statue is that I really still want to keep it, but the way I'm setting up all my villains over there on the white shelves, I want to have Batman surrounded by his villains, and I feel like I can only really have one. And I really want the Fabok Batman, and I really want the Hush Batcave Batman.
Oh my gosh!
But I just can't. I don't think I can do all three. I just don't think I could.
Yeah,
so,
that's tough.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Sebastian Gomez says, how did you all meet the gang from the podcast? Just through Facebook, through YouTube, really. Yeah. I had watched Secret Sanctuary, and he was in our group, and I don't remember when I first asked if you wanted to come on.
Yeah, I can't remember either. You were going to you had Jem on that night, and you wanted to talk about CGC. And I had horrible Wi-Fi problems.
That never happens on Rogues Gallery.
It was so embarrassing. But I stuck with it and made it work. So.
Well, that's great, and we're glad that you've become a regular. It wouldn't be the same without you.
It's been very fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And speaking of Secret Sanctuary, if you haven't checked out his channel, please make sure you do that. He's got awesome content. Great statues and incredible comic book knowledge. This guy right here. So definitely check it out if you haven't. Let's see who else is here. Rain Man's here. Hello. Let's see. I see that Joker and Batman are ready for Christmas there in the background. Yes, I put my Christmas hats on today. Been trying to get in the Christmas spirit this year.
Do you have any quarter scale ones?
I don't. I don't know where to get them. Like, I don't know where to get that size, but I've seen people with them.
Yeah, I'd like to get some for my collection.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
Yeah.
It'd be funny. So if anybody knows in the chat where you can buy those, let me know.
Yeah.
Congrats on Joker, Chris. Thank you very much. Arkham Gaming says, hi, how are you doing? Do you think we'll get a Talon on Sideshow? Because I don't want to get on Prime One's website because the shipping is extremely expensive, and I don't want to pay a lot for shipping. Great point there. I am very optimistic that Talon will be on Sideshow. The problem is sometimes Sideshow has it up a week later. Sometimes Sideshow has it up 6 months later. Sometimes 8 months later.
Yeah, they've been quicker lately, though, it seems like.
It is. I think like the Arkham City, was that maybe a month?
Yeah.
Maybe a month or two.
Yeah. It was 6 months for a long time, and lately it seems like it's faster.
They just put up the Dark Knight's Metal, The Drowned.
Yeah.
They put her up recently.
They put up that Alita one.
Yeah, and that has probably only been maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Since
it was up there. I think Talon is going to be popular enough. I would think that Sideshow would want to get it out of the gate really quick. To me, it's a day one pre-order, even though I haven't ordered it because I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't want to order direct from Prime One. I have seen some of the prices maybe a little bit better lately. I don't know if you've seen the same.
I haven't really looked. Prime One's not really my scale for the most part. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I did order the Batman versus Bane statue. I've been told 3 times it's on the boat, but tracking doesn't convert over until it gets to the United States. So I did ask just yesterday for an update, and they said that they did confirm that once it gets to the shores, it'll basically tracking will pick up and then it'll show. So they thought maybe another couple weeks, maybe.
Okay, that must be a heavy piece.
Oh my God, I just can't even imagine.
Yeah,
especially seeing some of you've seen the collector photos where they got the base and it's like like this big in their hands.
Yep, it's like a manhole cover.
Yeah, so that'll be crazy. I'm anxious to get him in his spot and review him for sure.
Yeah,
it's massive. Antihero says, just got my notification for Prime One Lee Joker yesterday. Congratulations. Seems like a lot of people are getting him. Let's see. Lucas Gomez. Let's see. Antihero said he passed on the Robin. Dan Blaster just about to put in my pre-order for the Tweeterhead Catwoman, Batman Returns, and the premium format Black Canary on payment plan. Most expensive time of the year. Yes, it is.
It really is.
You know, speaking of that movie, I was recently trying to figure out which Batman film is my favorite.
Right.
Obviously, Ledger Joker is my favorite Joker, and I kind of lean toward that. But I was thinking in the last week or so, I really feel like Batman Returns is my favorite Batman movie.
I need to see it again. I have good memories of it, but have you watched it recently? Does it hold up?
It does, and it's so dark and so like creepy and gritty. It's amazing that it was made in a lot of respects, you know, because
Right.
you know it's it was a kids movie, you know, it's geared toward teenagers. But man, I love it.
Burton could have done anything he wanted to. The first one was such an incredible success. I mean, it was a phenomenon. It was amazing. I think he had free license to do whatever he wanted with the sequel.
I do too. And it would have been awesome to see the third one, like just to have to round it out. I don't know. It would have been interesting, I'm sure.
I remember it was a huge deal that it was the first movie to get to $100 million in box office in 10 days. That was a really big deal. Now it would be $1 billion.
That's crazy.
But that was huge back then.
It was. It's awesome. Katie Cat is in the house. Hey, Katie, Brotherhood of the Bat member. Thank you very much. Also a recent featured collector as well. So definitely check out that video if you haven't done so. Salmon says, who's your second favorite superhero? Mine is Green Arrow. Do you have a second favorite, or who's your first? I guess who's your first favorite?
I kind of always have to go as Superman for my first. So I guess Batman would be my second.
Nice. My second would be Iron Man.
Okay.
Always loved Iron Man. Well, I say that. I've always loved Iron Man since the movies. The movies really made me fall in love with the character.
Yeah.
But he's basically Marvel's Batman, pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When do you think Talon Prime 1 will be up for pre-order? Oh, we already talked about that. I'm hoping soon. I'm hoping.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
If I wasn't terrified of the shipping and customs charges of the UK and potential for damages on shipping. Yeah, I keep hearing a lot of UK fees and things. I'm just sorry you guys have to deal with that overseas. We have it pretty lucky here with Sideshow.
I think so.
For sure. Any idea if Sideshow will have the Prime 1 Batman 1000? I have about $500. I'm not sure which one that is. Is that the Fabok Batman? I guess it would be, right?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I've been looking for that cover in CGC, and it's hard to find.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
So I do want to pair it. I told you guys, so I've been debating. I got all of the 3 Jokers covers, and I ended up buying 6 CGC covers today. So
cool.
Getting them for Christmas. So I'm excited to start. I think there's 12 total covers. But there's actually a 13th, that second printing. I don't know if you saw it, the second printing of the second one where he's got the great white shark on the cover.
Oh, right.
It's a really great cover, so I might get that one too.
You know what I'm having a trouble finding? That Deceased number 5. You know, when we did the interview with Ryan.
Yeah.
And you know, that cover comes in. There's 2 different covers. There's Wonder Woman Beautiful and Wonder Woman Zombified, and it's really easy to find the zombie version. It's impossible to find just the regular version. So
really?
I'm hunting down, trying to find a 9.8 of that one.
Do you think they just didn't make as many?
I think that people aren't slabbing it as much as the zombified version for some reason. It may be that they didn't make as many. But if you look, you know, CGC has a census where you can find out exactly how many copies have been slabbed for every comic, and it's quite few for the regular one and quite high for the zombie one. So that's why I'm having a hard time finding it. But I'd love to find it. I think it's one of the most beautiful art pieces of Wonder Woman I've ever seen.
He's phenomenal. And again, if you guys missed that show, you have to watch it because it was one of my favorites. And it wasn't as watched as some of our other shows, unfortunately. But
Oh, that's
if you want insight on not only the comic book world, but also the Prime One world and how statues are created, definitely check out that Ryan Brown Rogues Gallery because it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Dennis says hello from Puerto Rico. We also have Mad Hatter from Australia. So welcome. Got a lot of international crowd tonight. Sebastian says Secret Sanctuary has the best collection on Tweederhead statues. And I agree. You do.
Thank you very much. They are a fun company, no doubt about it.
They are. You can always order talent from Spec Fiction. Yeah, Spec Fiction does have it right now. So you can check them out.
I think Big Bad Toy Store has it too.
Okay. I bet they do. J-Rod says Batman Returns is a good Christmas movie. I guess you could consider that. Oh, and yeah, he does say Big Bad Toy Store right there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's right. I'm just getting caught up here. Would have been interesting to see how Burton's Catwoman spinoff with Michelle if it had. Yeah, because Catwoman was alive at the end of that movie.
Yeah, that would have been very cool. Would
have been neat. I'm surprised I wonder why they couldn't have given her like her own movie. Like that would have been neat.
Yeah, I wonder if they weren't thinking that. I don't know. I think maybe Marvel changed people's thinking about how expansive you can be with these movies. I'm not sure if DC was thinking about that, or Warner Brothers, I should say, back then, back in the 80s.
Well, and would they have had a female lead? You know, it's like, did they do that back then? Really, they really didn't yet.
Yeah. Well, they had that crappy Halle Berry movie.
I've never even seen that all the way through.
I saw it in the theater. I mean, yeah, it wasn't very good, but she looked great, but it wasn't a very good movie.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Lucas says, have you seen the trailer for the new animated movie Batman Soul of the Dragon? No, I haven't seen it. I saw that it was there, but I haven't seen it, actually watched it.
Same with me. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the animated stuff from DC. Like I don't love it.
It's funny, when I was at WonderCon in, I guess it was last year, 2019, with a good buddy of mine, we went and saw that they have this kind of arena at the Anaheim Convention Center that holds maybe 6,000 people, something like maybe more. And they were showing movies in there, and they showed a Suicide Squad movie that was about to come out. And it was really surprising because I mean now we have the Harley TV series, and we can see DC characters dropping F-bombs left and right.
Yeah.
But to see Suicide Squad, number one, it was crazy violent, crazy bloody, and everybody was dropping F-bombs. And me and my buddy who've been collecting comics since we were 6 years old, I looked at each other like, what the hell is this? It's so weird. It was the first time that we'd seen a DC film do that. It was really
that's crazy. Badman's asking who's our second favorite DC villain. His is Darkseid.
DC villain. Oh my gosh, that is so hard.
It is hard.
Darkseid's a good choice, but Two-Face is really cool.
I know, I'm leaning toward Two-Face.
I'm
just looking at my Arkham villains here.
Grundy. I kind of like Solomon Grundy.
He's cool.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? If you guys haven't read Starman, the James Robinson book, probably from the 90s, and it went maybe 90 issues. Those are some of the best comics out there. It's really great because the first page of the first issue of that Starman is Starman in his full costume and his whatever the lightning rod or whatever that Stargirl uses in the current TV series. He's got that, and he's leaping off a building to go fight crime. And as he leaps off the building, he's shot and killed.
Oh.
And he falls to the ground dead. And then cut to his brother, who's like this kind of quirky guy who owns an antique shop, feeling like he has to take over the mantle, and he has absolutely no desire to do it whatsoever. But the main, what starts out as the main villain in that book is the Shade, an old Flash villain. But he ends up becoming kind of almost a mentor to the new Starman. And that's a really, really good series. James Robinson did a great job with that. And I think he's involved in the Stargirl TV series now too, along with Jeff Johns. But that if you're looking for something to read that you might not have thought of before, read Starman from the 90s. It's a great DC title.
I don't even think I've ever heard of him before you just said him right now. I don't even.
Well, Starman's a Golden Age character from 1941. He debuted in Adventure Comics number 61. Kirby ended up doing him for a while near the end of his run in the 40s, and then he disappeared for a long time until DC brought him back for a few issues in the early 60s. But that book from, I think it was the late 80s, it's just called Starman by James Robinson, is a wonderful book and has several really great artists contributed to that title.
Did he ever like join the Justice League, or did he ever like?
No, he's kind of a slow. He would lean more to like the JLA Dark type. He's that kind of character. He had there were some issues with like Swamp Thing, and Zatanna appeared in that book.
Okay.
Yeah, so those kinds of appearances, but mostly he's a solo guy. He's not really a joiner, and just a great character. And I'm surprised I don't even know if they're doing anything with it these days or not. But he's a cool character.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you skipping the Prime one? No. The bonus, the Prime one bonus.
That's a tough call.
The knives are cool, but I don't know if I would ever display them with the knives. Like, I don't feel like it's necessarily necessary. Like, I wasn't even going to get the exclusive with the claws going forward.
Right.
But I think now I am. I think I've decided that because I really like the swords going back, because that's exactly from the art.
Yeah.
And that's how I think I would display him, but it's always nice to have the option, I guess. But
right.
I don't know.
Tough call.
Jeebus the Collector says, I'm in the same boat. I cannot find the Batman 1000 Fabox CGC. Yeah, so if anybody ever finds it, hit us up.
There must be. So was that like a retailer's incentive, I assume?
It must have been. It must be rare.
So I guess folks are holding on to that one.
Dan Blaster said, what's you guys' thoughts on the news that Wonder Woman 84 is coming to HBO Max and streaming for Christmas? I'm going to be getting HBO Max for the first time come December.
That's why they're doing it.
That's why they're doing it. But you can pay monthly.
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna buy a month and see what I think. I'll do the same thing when Justice League comes out.
Yeah, I think we'll be watching it as a family on Christmas night. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I get why they hesitated to do it. I know it ticked off movie theaters and everything else, but until things get back to normal, I'm just sorry that it's putting everything back so far. With their schedule release.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if they've been filming much either, but I think it was time. I think it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, and the question is, will that spur Marvel to do the same with Black Widow and some of their releases?
It makes you wonder. And they're going to release it in theaters, but what theaters are open? Like none are around me. I don't know about
in California. California is awful right now. So
yeah,
we had theaters open for several months, but they all closed again recently.
You guys just went to Purple, right? I think if I remember right.
Yeah, we're pretty bad right now.
I follow the Disneyland stuff. I'm always looking at, because they've tried to reopen and they've been pleading with the governor, and then numbers got worse. And so, although they did open DCA, the shops at DCA.
Yeah, they just a couple of days ago, they opened up, I forget the name of the street, where most of the shops and restaurants are in California Adventure, but now that is open from downtown Disney.
Yeah.
So you can, So that's kind of cool. I'm very conscious of what's going on at Disneyland too. We're annual subscribers, and I want to know when that bill's going to come again.
Yeah.
They're not charging us now, but there's three of us. That's $250 a month.
Yeah.
I need to know if that bill's coming anytime soon. But it sounds like probably not for several more months.
Well, we speaking of Disney, we just were officially accepted, and we are now a DVC owners. So we are very excited. We bought into the Polynesian in Florida, and
cool.
43-year contract, which is pretty awesome. So
wow.
We get to go I think every other year for a week, which is pretty awesome. Staying there.
So they're doing it like a timeshare thing?
That's what it is. That's what DVC is. DVC is a timeshare. It's just Disney's timeshare. But you can use it at any of the DVC properties. You can use it at Ulani in Hawaii, Vero Beach, different places. You can use those points. So it's pretty awesome.
Can you do like Disney Shanghai?
I don't think those are DVC.
Oh, okay.
Those hotels. I think it's just America. I'll have to look into that. I don't think so.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you could.
Yeah. Tin Man is asking about the 12 Days of Sideshow. Will we see a Penguin, Two-Face, or Riddler? I tell you, if we don't see something that's not a repeat character, I think there's going to be pitchforks, Christmas pitchforks.
Yeah, I'm curious, and you and I have had some conversations with some of the sculptors that have led us to believe that there's stuff coming on the way. You know, I think about Will Harbottle. We've seen nothing from him this year.
Nothing.
And he's been hard at work.
I know.
And, so there are going to be things coming out from Will Harbottle. It's just a matter of time. And hopefully 12 Days will be part of that.
I do feel like with everything this year, 2020 in general, I think it just slowed everything down.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. And I'm sure it's probably frustrating. I know Sideshow is really I feel like they've really shifted into smaller, more novelty type things that they're selling, less premium statues. And I don't know if that's maybe because of this slowdown possibly, or if they're just changing direction and that's what people can afford. You know, they can afford the vinyl-y stuff. But I think there's still a giant demand for those characters in particular. But yeah, we've had Daniel Bell on. I still think we're going to get a Batman from him. I feel like we probably will get a Batman from him before a villain, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Martin Canale would be awesome, or again, any villain I'm good with as long as we haven't had him yet.
Yeah, and the same thing goes for X-Men. I mean, we're overdue on a couple of X-Men that I think we're probably going to see in the near future. Everybody
wants Nightcrawler.
Everybody wants Storm too.
Yeah, it's crazy that they have not done her.
Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty soon. I'd be shocked if that was not in 12 days.
It's always exciting. I don't you feel like 12 days are always kind of one of the best things of the year? I mean, usually I think a lot of times there's so much anticipation for Comic Cons and stuff, and then people are sometimes disappointed that things weren't shown.
Yeah. The thing about 12 days is that they don't always show you. Sometimes you just get the banner.
Yeah.
But
that's still good enough. That's good enough for me. If it just says Penguin, or whatever, just knowing that we're finally going to get it.
Yeah. If you look at the last 2 years, 12 Days has introduced some great pieces. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that.
Oh, God. Edwin Diaz is here. We got Thornton Applebottom, Hugo Cardoso. A lot of people joining us here. We got 67 watching. Thank you guys very much on a random Saturday night. If you look on eBay for yesteryear comics, you can buy all 3 variant Jason Fabok Detective Comics 1000 brand new. I plan on sending them to CGC since it's hard finding that one in slab form. Okay. Yesteryear comics. That's a great tip. Don't anybody go there until I've gone there. Oh, I love it. Arkham Gaming says this is not statue related, but I know you like Batman. Did you get the Secret Lab Batman gaming chair? I've considered it. I just don't know if I need it. The thing is with my Batcave is basically my filming studio. So I have to move the table around and move the chairs around and, move the camera and the tripod and the lighting. So I'm always moving stuff. So I don't know if I really want a big chair.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't have the channel, I think it'd be fun to have that.
How much are those?
Like 300, I think, 350, 400, somewhere in there.
It's not horrendous, but it's
not horrendous, but I'm like, I mean, I literally, when I do this, I'm sitting on a folding chair. So it's like, it's just because it's easy to pick up.
Yeah.
Thornton Applebottom loves the deep comic knowledge with Jeff. Yes, this guy right here is the man.
Oh, it's fun to impart some knowledge.
Absolutely. I learn stuff all the time from you. Jeff Morris is in the house. Hey, Jeff.
Join us.
Yeah, join us if you want to, Jeff. We would love to have you come on. And I'm sure he's still enjoying his new Batman. Should be receiving Tweeterhead Batgirl next week. You got your Batgirl.
Yeah, that's a really fun piece. That came out really nice, and it displays so well. The cool thing is you can display her with the Batman and the Robin. You can display her with some of the ladies from Tweeterhead. She looks great with Harley and some of the others, and it's a really nice piece and doesn't take up much room at all.
And I didn't really get the purse part because I guess I don't know that from the character, but it does add a lot. Having that
a lot. And I think the original Superpowers Batgirl had the purse. And if you look at the first Batgirl stories from the late 1960s in DC Comics, there were a lot of covers that played up her femininity. So it's like, there's a famous cover where she has a run in her stockings. You wouldn't see that today.
No, you wouldn't.
But so yeah, to me it's very nostalgic to have the purse, and I just think that splash of red goes well with that statue.
It does.
Yeah.
Ben Hizzle is asking, are either one of you guys collecting anything from Queen Studios?
I wish. I don't have the space, and yeah. What about you?
You've said before, I think that Hulk, right?
That Hulk is insane. I love that Hulk.
Yeah.
And they put out good stuff. There's no doubt about it. But they put out big stuff.
They do.
And
they do.
I don't know. They also did that quarter scale Gal Gadot, didn't they? With the gold costume.
Yeah.
That one's kind of tempting. But it's so hard now that J&D came out with that amazing portrait. It's hard for me to go over to the Queen Studios, which is a fine portrait, but not as amazing as the J&D one.
Yeah, of course that's third scale though.
Right. That's true. Yeah, that's true. But still, it's like I don't know.
I know. It's tough. And going back to that Hulk, like we were talking this week about the Batsy Awards, and I have the survey pretty much ready for everybody to go. I'll probably post it next week. But I had you guys look over it, and I really feel like Hulk could be a contender for best bust of the year. I think for sure.
It's so good.
I think people might vote for probably the Wonder Woman, from Infinity Studios. I think that might be possibly a shoe-in, but that Hulk is really good.
Well, and the Thanos is really good too.
Well, it is, but I think that so many people had trouble with the skin. Like, they had to use like the powder and stuff and the greasiness. I think that could deter people from voting a little bit.
Maybe so.
Who knows? I don't know how people will vote, but as for me in Queen Studios, I do have that the Ledger Joker Queen Studios, and I love it. I did sell my Ledger Joker life-size bust in anticipation of possibly the Infinity Studios life-size Joker. However, Queen Studios did confirm to me that they are doing a life-size Joker as well. So that'll be interesting to see how that looks.
Yeah, it will be.
Coco Monk says Buena Vista Street. So yeah, that's what, in Disney. Yeah, that's what it is there. Absolutely.
And it's such a fun street to walk down, and I love that area. It's so much fun.
That's awesome. I wish they would do that for Disneyland proper and just open up Main Street.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, that's a good idea, but I guess that wouldn't be accessible through downtown Disney.
Why not? It's just right across the way.
Yeah, I guess they could.
It's in the same promenade.
I guess.
Yeah, it's in the same promenade. Should be.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they just don't feel like they could block it well enough. Or I figured that they would open that first. Maybe they're just seeing how it goes at DCA first.
Maybe, yeah.
But God, you just open up the shops, people will shop and just love to be back in the park.
That's true.
Hugo says, thanks, Horton. Oh, I got Batgirl 2 weeks ago. Congratulations, Hugo. That's awesome.
Great book.
Bo Hiker says this, excited for the Joker live show on Tuesday. Mine comes Monday, but I might have to wait to unbox same time. Oh no, triple live unboxing. Definitely, Bo Hiker, join us. That would be awesome. Again, we are doing a double live unboxing Tuesday night at 7 p.m. I did want to announce also that we are going to, since it's the holiday week, I've got family in town. You guys are obviously out of town. We're going to move Rogues Gallery back 1 week. So there will be no Rogues Gallery next week, but Rogues Gallery will return the following, the Wednesday of that. I think it's December 3rd, if I remember right. Let me double check. Let me see. December 2nd.
Okay.
Sorry. December 2nd will be Rogues Gallery Live, and that will be our special 4-year anniversary show. 4 years on YouTube.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that'll be all. How long have you been on now?
I don't even know. I'd have to look it up.
I love it. Mine started November 22nd. So it's actually this weekend is the actual 4-year anniversary. So it'll be fun. I know we're going to have some giveaways that are going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully some surprises, and just be fun. So stay tuned. Chris, super excited about the Tuesday Bermejo Joker unboxing. Mine comes Monday. Oh, I think I already hit that.
Yep. Yeah, that one.
Oh, he just double posted. So no, sorry about that. Let's see if there's any other things I might have missed. XM Studios already made the best storm. I think, yeah, they did make a great storm.
They did, but a lot of people prefer different costumes on Storm. So I think there's definitely room for more than one great Storm piece.
I agree. Clayface is needed. Yeah. I think Clayface to me is a no-brainer because you could do so much with it.
That's true. Yeah.
I think Carbottle, Storm, and Daniel Bell Nightwing are going to be in the 12 days. Well, that's a good prediction right there.
Could be. Very well could be.
I can definitely see a Nightwing. Since they're done with Robin, I can see a Nightwing.
Yeah.
I could see a Nightwing and then a villain.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Rain Man is the smartest person here. He says, don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. So thank you very much. Very, very much. Here, let me help you out there. Boom. Smash that like button. Thank you. And while you're at it, visit Secret Sanctuary on YouTube. After the show, of course. After the show. All right. Thank you very much, Rain Man. That's awesome. Let's see. Have these high-end statues have always been made of polystone? Yes. Some people like XM, they call them cold cast porcelain.
Mm-hmm.
That's polystone. It's just another name for poly resin. There are companies that make things out of PVC. I think initially a lot of statue companies in the early days, that's what they used. And then they kind of started going to resin. I think of DC Direct with some of their museum poses that their museum scale things that they did. Gentle Giant and their resin busts. Those are the first things I remember. Bowen, some of those early statue companies.
Blitzway uses both. They use PVC for their portraits and resin for the bodies.
Who does?
Blitzway.
They use PVC for the heads?
For the portraits.
Really?
That's how they get such great likenesses.
Wow. I did not know that. So like the Game of Thrones one, is that a PVC head?
Yeah. Rocky, Game of Thrones, Marilyn Monroe, all of them. If you look at K.A. Kim's Facebook page and look at all the images that she's posted, I mean, there are ones that, like her Brad Pitt is just insanely good. It's so spot on. But yeah, those are all PVC portraits.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. But everything else is polystone.
So, like the Prime One, do you think that the Prime One Joker? Do you think that by her is that? You think that is? I guess that would be.
I don't know.
That one probably is, because I'm thinking, because that one wasn't in association with Blitzway, but they did announce that if she was going to be sculpting the Heath Ledger Joker for Prime One, and that was going to be in association with Blitzway.
Oh. So
that would be interesting if that was a PVC head then.
Yeah, it would be very interesting. Definitely.
Crazy. I had no idea. Dropping knowledge. That's awesome. Man, that's awesome. Do you have the Jason Fabok issue 1000 comic book? No, I don't. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for one. Jeff, what happened to the statues? We're getting a new room ready for statues. If you he's out of town.
The statues are all still there, and I finally got the child. So Baby Yoda is watching over all the statues while I'm gone.
Nice.
And eating all the eggs out of our fridge.
So you're basically on vacation right now. What was the conversation like? Hey, I'm gonna go pop on and do some live stream.
We were sitting eating pizza, and I saw your post. I saw your text, and I asked my son if he needed the computer to do homework tonight. And he says, no, I can use my phone. So I jumped on the computer. So I'm in my son's bedroom of our house out in the desert.
I love it. That's awesome. Arthur Gaming says, this is a movie question, but are you going to see Aquaman 2, The Flash, Shazam 2, New Gods, Black Adam, Suicide Squad, and the Snyder Cut? Yep.
Absolutely.
I mean, it might not be in the theater, but I'm going to see it. I mean, I love all those movies.
I miss the theater. I mean, I religiously go to the movies at least once a week.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So that's been one of the hardest things for me about the pandemic is not my, and I usually, to be honest, I usually go alone. It's my evening for myself, and I'm always on time.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no one next to me, poking me or asking me questions or chewing their ice too loud or whatever.
Yeah.
And I do it almost every Friday night, and I'm really looking forward to getting back into that because I really miss it.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know you go so often. God, trying to think of the last time I went to a movie by myself. I guess it was The Joker. And I was like one of 5 people in there, and it was a real creepy vibe. I mean, it's like it was just 5 dudes by themselves watching it. It's very weird.
It's funny because when I was younger, it never would have occurred to me to go to a movie by myself. I would have been like embarrassed. And maybe 10 years ago, I really wanted to see something and nobody was available. So I went by myself, and I had a great time.
This is great. No distractions.
I just kept doing it. It's been really fun.
I love it. Rainman says, Chris, if you could have one Batman piece in the Batcave, what would it be?
Non-Batman piece.
Oh, not Batman. I don't know. I keep leaning toward that battle damage Iron Man Mark 50 bust.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. I love Iron Man. If I had more space, I would have an Iron Man collection.
What do you have right now that's not Batman related?
I've got the Child.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I've got that. It's still in the box from when we moved last year, but it's that Captain Hook premium format.
When did that come out originally?
Oh God.
Is that old? That's pretty old, isn't it?
It's old. I think it's pre-2007.
So why isn't that up in your Disney room?
Because we haven't finished that room yet.
Okay.
And sorry, I'm just typing in premium format to see. I'm curious when that came out. Gosh, it's
definitely
it's just a room that we have not worked on really very much yet.
Right.
But it's going to be a work in progress.
Yeah.
Okay, it came out in 2010 or announced in 2010. Wasn't fully revealed until January 1st of 2011.
So 10 years.
Original price was $324.
Isn't that
the regular edition 1000 exclusive only $350.
Wow. Isn't that something?
And they only made 4 Disney characters. They made Maleficent, they made the Evil Queen, Hook, and Jessica Rabbit.
Okay.
And I was really excited because I'm like, we're Disney people, and more so since then.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they just lost the Disney license or what happened. I mean, they do sell Disney things now,
right?
But they don't make them. But man, they were very, very popular, and they're very collectible.
That's interesting.
Let's see. Hugo says, Jeff, your channel has videos from 4 years ago. I believe a double celebration. There we go. Maybe we might have started at the same time.
Maybe. I was such a newbie with my first video. I did it in portrait mode.
Oh.
It's a terrible video. I would redo it, but I no longer own the statue.
I don't know if we've talked about this before. I feel like we have, but like people will want to do guest reviews, or I ask people to do guest reviews, and I very specifically say, please, if you're going to do it, film horizontally.
Yeah.
Because people they lose their mind whenever anything's vertical. And I've had probably maybe 5 or 6. The first cut they send me is vertical, and I'm like I'm sorry I can't use it. If you want to refilm, everybody will. So they're like, I'm so sorry, I'll refilm it. But I'm like, I can't put that on there because you talk about pitchforks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So anybody out there, a little life lesson: if you're ever going to do anything for YouTube, please film horizontally. It might look good vertically on your phone, but not on any other media. No.
Right. Exactly.
Is Bane holding a coin in the display behind you, Chris? Sorry if I missed the earlier announcement. Somebody made this for me. It's a 3D printed logo of the Brotherhood of the Bat. It's just a plastic 3D print. But yeah, I have Bane holding back there. But
that's
I
great.
love the way it turned out.
Yeah.
So cool. Let's see. I just received a waitlisted PCS Rambo statue through Sideshow last week, and it looks outstanding. It's my third 1/3 scale piece, and I think it's already too late to turn back. Oh yeah, once you go 1/3,
good.
You still just have the one, right?
I have 2. I have the Justice League Batman and the Arkham Knight Harley.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
And I got the Iron Studios Joker coming next month, I think.
Supposed to.
We'll see.
I haven't fully paid off now.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm ready. I'm so excited. I think I'm as excited about that Joker as I am the Bermejo Joker.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, the website still says December 20th. So right in time.
Oh man, it's not gonna be here by Christmas then, probably.
Well, yeah.
You probably, because you probably live next door.
Well, it says ships from California. So
yeah, you might have him then.
Yeah. I'm curious what the shipping charge will be.
Yeah. I mean, it should be 1 box, and it shouldn't be that big.
Yeah, I don't think it will be. Yeah.
Base is small.
Yeah.
Not a lot of swap outs.
Can't wait to get it.
I know. Jeff Morris says if it looks good, it doesn't matter what it's made of to me. Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree. Let's see. Jeff says I just finished watching the new Mutants and was really surprised how good it was.
Oh, cool.
I've never seen. Is that a streaming show?
Well, it's one of those ones that was meant to go. Actually, it was in theaters. It was one of the few that got released over the summer. But yes, you can stream it now. Well, but it's a movie. It's not a show. It's a movie.
Oh, is it on Netflix, do you think?
It's probably on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's a Disney show.
Well, it's Marvel. It's New Mutants.
Oh, okay.
It's not a show. It's a movie.
Weird. I don't know why I haven't heard of this.
Well, it had a troubled production. It's kind of well, from what I read, they were going for kind of like a horror movie version of the New Mutants.
Oh.
And it's got some good actors in it. It's got the actress from Game of Thrones. I forget the character's name, but she's the one that kills the king at the end. Chat, what's the name of the dark-haired character in Game of Thrones? I can't remember her name now. Anyway, she's in it, and a bunch of other good young actors and actresses. And I haven't read the reviews yet, but if Jeff liked it, I'll definitely give it a try.
Me too. Yeah, I'm anxious. Jeff's a pretty good dipping stick. He has good taste. He does.
Yeah,
he has
sure.
good taste. Roger Rumble says, I pre-ordered Talon from Prime 1, so hyped. 2 years is a long time to wait, though. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just so hard because you see it previewed and you anticipate the pre-order, and the pre-order is exciting, and then nothing.
Yeah.
For so long.
You know, a year is okay. Beyond a year just feels like such a long time.
Well, a year used to be standard, at least for premium formats.
Right. I can
Prime 1, I think, as a company gets bigger, obviously they're going to be doing more and more projects. That's going to make delays. Obviously with them shipping is an issue a lot of times. So yeah, 2 years is a long darn time to wait.
You know what I wonder about Prime 1? They did that amazing presentation, however many months ago it was. What are they going to do next year? They can't have another presentation like that next year. That looked like a 4 or 5 year plan for them.
It would be very difficult to top. I don't know. I mean, it's been interesting because they've changed up how they do things so often, like, which is fine. But like, I remember when I first started collecting the Arkham line, you would always look forward to those Wonderfest shows.
Oh,
And I don't get to attend those things. I mean, you have at San Diego Comic-Con, you've been able to see those booth tours. But I lived for those. I love to see those Wonderfest tours, or any Shanghai event or whatever. And then they pulled them, and they're like, well, we're just going to do stuff in our gallery, which is just a little tiny shop in a mall.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but the lighting's not as good, and you just don't have that same excitement, that same feel. So I was way more impressed with the presentation for Next Level than I was anything they've done in their store.
Right.
And that's just me.
And yeah, I mean, the problem with their current plan is that there's no YouTubers, so you get a one-sided view of all the pieces. It's all positive.
Well, that's probably intentional, right?
Oh, of course. But it's harder for the collector to really discern what piece is working and what piece is not working.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Arkham Gaming says, is it okay to have 1/4 scale statues and 1/3 scale statues, because the Talon is going to be my first 1/3? Well, I'll speak on this because I do collect both those scales. I do think that you can put them together but apart, if that makes sense. I have seen some people putting 1/3 scale directly next to a 1/4. That's fine. It would bother me. I have to have some separation. That's like I have my 1/4 scale, and then I have the separation of the busts, and then the busts separate the 1/3 out to the sides. All that's intentional, because I don't like the scales mixed. We've been talking about scales in our chat. It's like there's so many great smaller scale things, but I can't go there. I can't go there because of the mixture with what I have in my collection. You were primarily 1/4 and 1/5. And
well,
I'm sorry, 1/6.
Yeah, 1/4 and 1/6.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I can't separate too much because the sanctuary is a very small space. But I do have the 1/3s on their own shelf. But above that, I've got 2 shelves of 1/4 scale. That's the closest I can get to separating, but it works for me.
So my advice, Arkham Gaming, is if you do get Talon, which I think you should, because I don't know why, but I'm probably even more excited than the Jokers, like, for that Talon. Like, I'm so pumped about Talon. But if you can somehow like put him on his own pedestal or just separate him out somehow, if you have a lot of 1/4, I just think that would be good. I think you can still definitely pull it off, but have some separation if you can.
It's going to be the centerpiece of a collection if it's the only 1/3 in the room.
Yes, it would. Ryan says the New Mutants is on video on demand, and Jeff Morris says it's rental or buy situation for New Mutants. Okay. All right, we can do that. Let's see. I must have missed something. Everybody's saying Arya Stark.
That's the character. That's the actress. That's her character name from Game of Thrones. But she's
there we go. Okay.
She's in the New Mutants.
Okay. Her name must be Maisie Williams.
Maisie Williams.
No, Maisie. Sorry, yeah. I obviously cannot read. Ryan said he PO'd Talon as well. Congratulations. Jeff says it's on iTunes, Amazon, and Vudu. Cool.
So it must not be a Marvel release. It's just a Marvel property leased out to some other production company.
Yeah.
Or studio.
Alex Stave says, does anybody know when the Heath Ledger Joker bust from Infinity Studios is going to be available for pre-order? Have heard nothing. And I'm really, really nervous about the price.
Of course.
Oh, especially because they have the hand going back there with the mask. Like, that's going to add more money to it. I really worry about that. But
a lot of hand punched hair.
Yeah. But it looks good. But now I have to wait till the Queen Studios one is revealed, I think.
Yeah.
But I would have to think that it's just going to be the shoulders.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's see. Hugo says, after hearing your comments, the reaction at Prime One office can't beat this year's show. Hold my beer.
I hope so. I hope they do even better. But
yeah, I'm going to look right in the camera. Prime One, I double dog dare you to do better. Absolutely. Because it'd be hard to top, but if there's a company that can do it, I think Prime One would definitely be up for the challenge.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I absolutely love about Prime One, and the art director, his name is Mr. J, and he is a giant fan, and he is a giant comic book fan. And if he wants a comic book statue made, he makes it. In the past, almost to his detriment, because he has wanted to make statues that might not sell that great. But he is a fan, and God bless him, because he is bringing us Batman fans specifically these incredible statues that would never ever get made otherwise. I mean, come on, a 1/3 scale drowned. Who's going to make that? But I tip my hat to them, and I challenge you right now. Next year, next level 2.
He's been good for Superman fans too. There's some great Prime One Superman statues.
Yes, he has. Just DC. I mean, imagine if they start making Marvel, game over.
Yeah, absolutely. And is that inevitable? I wonder if that's going to happen.
I don't know. I just feel like it would have by now, but
isn't it weird how few Marvel 1/3 statues there are?
Yeah, I mean, is it just like Captain America and
it's
coming
really
back, like XM Studios?
It's so odd. I don't know. And that's not even XM. That's XM partnered with
Legacy somebody
or Legendary Beasts or something like that.
Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah. Jeff says that might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway. The Sideshow Black Canary looks worlds better than Prime One's version of her. I personally like it a lot better. I mean, yeah.
The pose on the Prime One is odd.
It's cartoony. It's anime.
It's like she's dancing or something. I don't get the pose at all. The portrait's beautiful. The Sideshow one, I think some people wish it was more dynamic.
And why is there no EX?
That is so weird. Why in the world would Sideshow give away the business on that statue? So many folks are going to order it other places. I don't get it.
I don't either.
And I mean, the exclusive on the first Black Canary was awful.
Wasn't it like a newspaper?
Yeah, like on the base. It was stupid. But why in the world would you not have a masked portrait as an exclusive for that statue? It's so easy. I've
never seen so many comments that everybody just kind of dumbfounded. Like, why? Unless it's one of those things that it was a rush job.
Well, but it's funny though. You know, someone asked on a statue forum this week, what other Sideshow pieces haven't had an exclusive? And there were 5 or 6 fairly recent statues that people brought up that didn't have an exclusive, which surprised me. So I don't know. Deja Thoris doesn't have one. Did Cyclops have one?
Yeah, he did.
He did?
I think he had a different visor. Like, I think the visor shooting out was, I think.
Oh, maybe so. But still, I don't get it. It's so weird. But what the heck? I mean, the price is not bad, which is good.
It's not bad. Do you like that new Black Canary better than the OG Black Canary? Because I've seen that comment too quite a bit. Like, people like the OG better.
I like the pose of the OG better, but I like the portrait of the new one better.
Would you pick that one up?
I'm seriously thinking about it. You know, it can't be too dynamic because the entire current premium format line from Sideshow is not overly dynamic. You know, it's just a hair above. What do you call it? Captain Morgan poses, whatever you call it. There's a slight bit of action. It was Superman. He's holding the severed head of the Brainiac, you know, robot. You know, and there's little things. You've got Wonder Woman with her lasso, but they're not incredibly dynamic.
But isn't it weird though? Like, they kind of started to go that way. You had the Joker on Pogo. You had that crazy Harley that I've got back here. She's super dynamic. You have Gambit that's super dynamic. You have Flash that's super dynamic. So you have that grouping, but then I feel like everything else since has just been back to museum.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, it's strange. I mean, the pose literally is she's putting her gloves on.
Yeah.
Now I remember there was a Batman black and white that had that same thing with Batman putting his gloves on, and I kind of made fun of it, and people gave me a hard time. With Black Canary, it kind of, I mean, it's a beautiful sculpt, and the costume looks really good. I like how the jacket really appears like it's of a different fabric than the rest of her clothes. There's a lot of good things to say about it. I think the portrait is really nice. I very well might pick her up just because I have the Green Arrow, and it's such an obvious pairing.
Yeah, it would be good. It would be really well paired.
Yeah.
Ben Hissel says, I can't decide between the 1/3 scale Prime 1 Joaquin Phoenix Joker and Iron Studios 1/3 scale Joker. Wow, totally different Jokers.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it probably depends, Ben, on what else you have in your collection. If you have some other movie pieces, it might be better to go with the Joaquin. It's still a piece that I'm considering picking up just because the head sculpt is so phenomenal. Between that, I've actually even considered getting the Queen Studios bust, but it's so expensive. And in the long run, I don't know how much I would love that Joker. It's like I love it. I love the idea. I like the imagery right now, but 5 years from now, would I? I don't know. I don't feel like it's as iconic to me as Ledger Joker. I
didn't expect so many statues of the Phoenix Joker, but boy, there's been a ton of them. Yeah.
But as a comparison to the Iron Studios, if you like a lot of comic book inspired Jokers, that would be the way to go. It's really just kind of let me know in the comments, Ben, like what pieces you have in your collection. So I think that could really help. But they're both great pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Hiker says I need to know who to put the Prime 1 Lobo next to when I finally. I don't know when he's ever going to come out. Joker, Bermejo, Batman, Hush, Superman, Hush.
That's a tough call.
I don't know. I kind of think Superman Hush would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know.
Boy, that piece is huge. That Superman Hush.
The base.
42 inches. That's
Have you seen it in person?
Yeah, I owned it for a day.
What happened?
Well, to be honest, I've explained it to you before, but
I'm sorry.
My agreement with my wife is that I only spend money on comics and statues that I make from comics and statues.
Right.
So, whenever it was that Sideshow last did their second chance item sale, one popped up, and so I grabbed it, and I offered it for sale, and I sold it. I bought it to sell it, to be honest.
You darn flipper, you!
I'm a darn flipper. I mean, I don't do that very often with statues. I do it a lot with comics because it's very much accepted in the comic hobby.
Sure.
But that was just a case where I saw it and thought, well, gosh, I could buy a premium format with what I could sell that for. And that's exactly what I did. So
that was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
That was a no-brainer. Well, I've not seen it in person, but it just seems like it's just absolutely massive. I mean, even the figure itself is massive. Let's see what else I've missed here. Jeff says New Mutants was from 20th Century Fox before they were bought.
Okay.
That makes sense. Makes sense. So they're more of the X-Men side of things. Alex says I prefer the Prime 1/3 Joaquin Joker. Hugo says I challenge both of you to release a room tour before the end of the year. I need that video in my life. Okay, well, I think I can challenge accept. All right. I'm still waiting to have Jeff be my featured collector. Probably 3 years in or so. No pressure.
But how can I do a room tour for my channel if I'm doing a room tour for your channel?
Well, let's just space them out. Like you do one for me, and then do one for you, and then like 6 months later do one for me.
That makes sense. Okay.
Because I've had 3 or 4 new pieces since my last room tour.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. I'm like, I just don't know if I have that much. Like I did one, God, when September, maybe August. And I have I probably have 4 or 5 or 6 pieces that are new.
It's been a while for me. I probably half of the sanctuary is different now than it was last time I did it.
So it's time.
I think it's time.
It's time. People are talking about the EXs for Cyclops. He said no, Cyclops didn't have an EX. Oh, all visors included. So that's weird.
Yeah, as they said, Doctor Strange didn't have one.
No EX because Sideshow will have a variant on Black Canary. It's possible.
It's possible. But why wait?
I know.
The
Spider-Man symbiote doesn't have an EX. That's true.
Yeah.
Roger says still waiting patiently for Deja Thoris. I know Jeff is as well.
I am.
Gosh, March it was supposed to be out.
Huh.
And now February.
It sure looked good. That's spectacular.
Jeff just wants a new thumbnail.
I can't even use that thumbnail anymore.
I know. You're just gonna have to get closer.
I did that for a while. Yeah. They actually changed the thumbnail. YouTube sent me an email saying, we no longer find your thumbnail appropriate. We've changed it. They just
they changed it for you?
They randomly selected an image, a screen capture from my video and replaced Deja Thoris.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, do you have 2 million views on it?
Yeah.
I'm still jealous. I'm almost to 900,000 on my Joker impression video. I'm so excited to get to 1 million on a video. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have a few PF portraits I'd like to get custom painted. Do you have any recommendations for painters? I don't.
John Allred.
Bradley. Yeah.
I like John Allred. He's really good. And he's easily found on Facebook. And you can see his whole portfolio there on Facebook. There's a woman named Diane. Last name starts with H. You guys might have seen her recently. There's a lot of photos on Facebook now of a hot girl that she did. Those photos were posted this week, where she vastly improved the portrait on the Sideshow hot girl. And she also
I saw that.
Yeah, and
amazing.
She's also redone the Sideshow Wonder Woman quarter scale portrait, the comic book one, to make it look a little bit more like that original image that we saw. That looked so kind of a softer look. And she lives in Berlin, super nice lady, and she's also easily contactable through Facebook.
That's awesome. Alex says, have you met Jim Mint or Mr. X in person yet? No, I haven't met you in person yet.
Yeah, the only YouTuber that I've met in person is Chris Bales, because he comes to San Diego, so we've had some good chats.
B Mother is his channel.
Yeah.
I think the only person on YouTube I think I've met is Tim, from Darth Castle.
Yeah.
In New York. But yeah, I'm hoping one day we can all get together and actually meet. That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be really fun. Yeah.
If you have to choose between Prime 1 Arkham City Harley Quinn or Jason, oh man, it's like choosing my favorite kid. Gosh, I don't know. I'm getting them both, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's really hard. But I'm guessing that Arkham Gaming is having to choose between those two. Again, it depends on what pieces they already have, I think.
The thing about the Harley that I'm concerned about is the base size. It looks massive that it's round.
Yeah.
A round base, if it could have been like just a rectangle with the chair, it might have been a lot more doable. I do worry about collectors in space with that big giant. I mean, it looked massive. I mean, it looks like this is. I'm doing a video. I bought a new Lazy Susan, so I'm doing a video on. Like this is my one I usually use. I bet the base is at least like that.
Yeah.
If you consider the chair and her sitting on it, it might even be bigger than this.
The thing with that piece is we haven't seen all the portraits yet, too.
I didn't think about that.
You know, the portrait from the original image is really nice. It's very different from the portrait that we've seen on the statue.
I didn't even think about extra portraits. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't answer your question, Arkham Gaming. I think I have a Harley already. You have a Harley already.
Mm-hmm.
I would maybe lean toward, if I already had a Harley, I would maybe lean toward the Fabok. It also really depends on if you have other Batman in your collection.
So is the Fabok, is that going to take up a lot of geography too?
I don't feel like it's that bad. I feel like his cape will.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like the base itself will be too much wider than any of their other bases.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Cortez Webster says, how can I become a featured collector on the channel? Just hit me up. That's all you got to do. I usually am backlogged. Like, I think I have like maybe 7 that I have in the can. And so I do apologize for, the delay, but I only usually do one a month. So basically hit me up. You can email me at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, Chris Michael there, or hit us up in the Batman Statue Collector group. But anybody, any size collection I like to feature. It's one of my favorite part of the channel. It's not, sometimes it's a hit or miss if people love the video or not, but I feel like it's important to showcase, because not everybody likes to do YouTube. Not everybody likes to put their stuff out there on a normal basis, but it's always fun to see other people's collections, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Jeff, do you display Thor, Breaker of Brimstone with the cape?
I display him without the cape. I don't want to hide that awesome sculpt. So the cape is still in the styrofoam.
Good answer. Ben Hizzle says, speaking of both the Joaquin Phoenix Joker statues, I just thought for sure that I would get the Prime 1 until the Iron Studios Joaquin Phoenix Joker was announced. Oh, see, I misunderstood that question earlier. I thought he was talking about the comic book Joker from Iron Studios. He's talking about the... Okay, so that brings up a different point of view, in my opinion. So I personally, between the two, I prefer the Prime 1 piece quite a bit. However, it's got cut and sew. And the Iron Studio, they're the only company that is doing fully sculpted. So if you don't like the cut and sew, I would go with the Iron Studios. If you want maybe a little bit more accurate portrait, I would go with the Prime 1.
What do you think about cut and sew, Chris?
Say that again.
What are your thoughts on the cut and sew?
I don't mind it. When I first started out and I was collecting the premium formats, that's what it was. Premium format meant cut and sew. It was mixed media.
Yeah.
And then over those first couple years, they slowly got away from it. The Batman had a bodysuit. Joker behind me has the suit, and then Poison Ivy was the first one that didn't. She was fully sculpted.
Yeah.
The OG Poison Ivy. But then like Batgirl had a fabric cape, and like they kind of slowly went away from the full fabric. It does collect dust, if you don't keep track of that sort of thing. I personally tend to like the fully sculpted probably a little bit better, but I feel like maybe on a movie statue, I don't mind it as much.
Yeah, the Blitzway Rocky, the cut and sew on that was really, really, really good. And I don't think I would have liked it as much if it had been fully sculpted. Yeah, it's just personal taste, I think. Some people absolutely will not buy anything with fabric on it. There's just that they want fully sculpted. The great thing about these companies now is they're so good at digitally sculpting that it looks like fabric in so many cases. You look at it and like, how is that not a fabric on that statue? But it's not. Like the coat on Gambit is a good example.
Yes. So much texture. 10 years ago, they couldn't have done that.
Right.
They've come so far. Alpha Triton says, was Spooktacular as big of a letdown to you guys as it was to me? Spooktacular has not really been my thing. Like, I don't do the contests. I don't do I just don't. I like the codes. I do like the codes, but I've just never really involved myself. Have you ever cared much about that stuff?
Well, I love the variants.
No variant.
Well, we got the blue Batman.
That was not that was at Sideshow Con.
Oh, you're right. That was.
See that.
Yeah. So yes, in that sense, it was kind of a big disappointment for me. I bought both of the variants last year, and last year was the first time they had two, I think. And I bought all the variants for like the past 3 years. So I was really hoping for a variant this year. Everybody was guessing what it would be, Reverse Flash or whatever.
Yeah.
When it didn't come, it was like, why in the world would they not? There's clearly an audience for it. Why not do it?
Yeah, Reverse Flash would have been the easiest no-brainer of all.
Yeah.
Easy. Edwin points out you forgot that I met George from MCE. I totally did. I forgot. Absolutely. I met George. We met at Disney World and we rode Big Thunder Railroad, which was awesome. So
cool.
there's a video on YouTube of that if you ever want to see it. So it's pretty funny.
We almost met at Disneyland, but then one of us couldn't make it and it didn't work out.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe someday.
Yep.
Maybe someday. Roger says, I'm worried about the Harley Base 2. I'm still getting it, though. Yeah, I hope to get it. But I do wonder where I'm going to put her. I just have no idea.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, he's talking about the Iron Studios Joker portrait.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, where would you put the newly displayed Harley Quinn bust from Sideshow when it comes out? Arguably 2022. So my plan was, if I do get that Harley, and I am going to get the new Joker, I have these two stands here. I thought about putting just two, like a shorter stand right here and a shorter stand right here, right here, and just having kind of Harley like right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they ever did like a Two-Face or something, I don't know. But that's kind of my initial thinking. If I end up getting her, I do want to get her.
Yeah. Even I'm tempted by that one. I don't have any busts except for the little Wonder Woman one, but I really like that Harley. That's really beautiful.
And I hope that it sells because I hope that they do more.
Yeah.
Reclaimer says both of you guys are running out of room in your caves. Any plans for expansion?
Got to be brutal. Something comes in, something's got to go. That's the way I consider my collection to be fluid. There are a few pieces that I absolutely wouldn't sell, but everything else is kind of, if there's something new coming out, if I like it better than something else in my collection, that other thing has probably got to go.
My wife and I were having the conversation the other day. So when I first moved into this house, I did a video kind of showing off some spaces. And one of them was we have a 3-car garage. And underneath the 3-car garage is just storage space on the basement level. Right now, it's where that's kind of where everything landed when we moved. And now, we've gotten rid of most of that stuff. Of course, a third of that room is my boxes, stuffed in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And she said the other day, she's like, maybe we could like build some walls down here and make this into your new bat cave. But we would need to siphon this area off for the boxes. We would need to siphon off this area for, in our HOA, we're not allowed to have sheds. So you have to store everything inside. And so we have to have room for that. And, so my bat cave kept getting smaller and smaller in that space.
Right.
I just don't know if I would have more space than I have now. But at least there's that kind of that idea that maybe potentially I can expand.
I finally ended up getting a storage locker for my boxes.
Did you?
Yeah.
I just don't want to pay that much a month. It's so expensive.
I know, but I mean,
and I would need a big storage unit.
Yeah. I don't know how big your house is, but I live in a beach community and the lots are pretty small. So I don't even own a garage. Wow. So I can't put them in a garage. We have a carport, not a garage. So I had to do it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Arkham Gaming says, would you ever consider doing a live stream on YouTube with a call-in feature where you talk to fans? Yeah, that would be really cool. I don't know how we would do that through this. I don't know. I would absolutely do that. That'd be a lot of fun.
It would.
Cowabunga to you. Ruben always cowabungas on comments. Thank you very much. Techno 15 says, I am currently able to pick up the OG Joker statue for the original retail price. Yeah. It's still one of my favorites. Do it.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Especially if you can get the EX. Like, I've never owned the EX, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
I bought the regular. That was, it was one of my first purchases, and I didn't even know what the deal was with the EXs when I bought it.
I didn't either when I bought the or the first Batgirl PF.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I hope Queen Studios or Infinity Studios eventually makes a Keaton Batman. I did ask a number of people. Queen Studios was really cool this week. They just said, ask us questions. And people really did on Instagram, including me. And I asked about Nicholson and Keaton. And basically they said that method might be in the works right now, but anything's a possibility. I will say with Nicholson, the only thing I've ever seen with Nicholson is Hot Toys.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how much they paid, but I know it's notorious. The fee just must be outlandish. But if they could get that license, it'd be a day one pre-order for Nicholson life-size bust.
Yeah, I bet.
I would love the beret version with the melted paint. Like, that would be unbelievably great. Or even like the Mime Joker would be cool.
There's a nice custom piece of that, but we can't talk about that. So.
I know. Arkham Gaming says, Chris, did you get the PS5 or Xbox? I don't yet. Both of my kids, they each have their own PS4. So it's possible that we'll probably get a PS5 down the road, and I'll probably get my PS4 back because one of them was mine. But I just don't play very much anymore. I don't have time with the channel. But my kids sure do. Bo Iker says, Jeff, what's in the trash bag behind you? Horrible statues that you don't like.
That's not a trash bag. That's a camouflage beanbag chair.
Got a dead body in there, I tell you.
Yep. Can't talk about
that. I know. Oh, my Lord. Well, we've gone about an hour and a half. I was planning on only being on about 30 or 40 minutes tonight to shoot the breeze, but I really appreciate you coming on. This was so much better with you on here.
Super fun.
Yeah, this was awesome. I do want to say, hold on a second. I'm back. Sucker just joined us. We're just getting ready to wrap up. Chris and Jeff, I'm glad to see you on here tonight. Thank you for being here, and good night. No. But anyway, I do want to kind of remind everybody of some things coming up on the channel before we log off tonight. Number one, no Rogues Gallery this week. Just enjoy time remotely with your families. If you are, if you are traveling, just be safe, be smart, and try to stay as healthy as you possibly can out there. So we're off this week for Rogues Gallery, but Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Dan and I are double live unboxing their Bermejo Jokers. Also, make sure if you haven't watched our Batsy Award video, please do that. We will be having the Batsy Awards with all of us on Rogues Gallery in December. I will be posting the link probably Monday for where everybody can vote. Everything has been nominated, and now you just go in and vote. You do have to enter your email address. That just enters you in and also lets me contact you if you are the winner. I will not be doing anything with those email addresses, just simply to not contact the winner, and it is private. So just wanted to throw that out there. But that way everybody can vote once too. People were worried, can I go in and vote multiple times? I guess you could if you have multiple email addresses. Right. But it's meant to just vote one time and that's it. So that award show will be in December. Also, I'm giving away for the 20K. We're not there yet, but the road to 20K giveaway, I'm giving away that Gambit premium format statue from Sideshow Collectibles. It is the exclusive. If you watch that video, there is a Gleam link where you can, I think it was 11,000 or 13,000 entries so far. So a lot of people have entered. Which is awesome. So definitely please enter that so you have a chance to win. There's lots of different chances, and you can enter daily on certain ones. So do that for Pete's sakes. You can win a premium format. So enter the Gleam contest. We'll do the survey on Monday, I believe, for the Batsies. Double live unboxing on Tuesday of this week, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. What do you have coming up? Anything?
I'm going to be giving away the Tweeterhead Green Lantern.
Nice.
A production sample. That's going to happen in early December. I guess I have a room tour
Yeah.
very soon. And I can't decide whether I should review The Child or not. Literally everybody has reviewed The Child. So I'm not sure if I need to do that or not, but maybe I'll do that too.
You need to do that.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because yes, you might have 20 reviews on YouTube, but I'm somebody that watches all 20. And I know that there are a lot too, because everybody likes to hear other people's perspective.
Okay.
You might say the same thing, but just the way you present it might be different, or your lighting might be different, and just give somebody that little, whenever I reviewed him, I had my lighting was awful. I had something wrong with my my editing software, or something on my computer, on my camera was off a setting, and so it blew everything out. Okay. So yours is going to be better than mine. So it's like, I think you should.
Okay, I will.
All right. It says that Gambit premium format is the best statue giveaway so far on any YouTube. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to give that away. And I'm so thankful for almost 20K on this channel. And I thank you guys so very much for continuing to watch. You guys are amazing. I wanted to give back. Please do me a favor though, before you leave, smash that like button. Also, again, if you're watching this and you've never checked out Secret Sanctuary on YouTube, please do that. Jeff does amazing content, and he's an amazing guy. So definitely support him, please. And we want to get him to 20K as well. So
that'd be great.
Slowly but surely, we're going to get there. And he says, Chris is right. The different perspectives are always interesting to hear and to see.
Oh, great.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Okay, so again, hit that smash that like button. Thank you guys so very much. Jeff, thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it.
It was great. It was fun.
All right, and again, next time we're live will be Tuesday night for our double live unboxing Bermejo Joker from Prime One Studio with Dan and I from Wayne Manor North. And we'll see you next time in the Batcave.